A lot, it is standard for companies to find satisfied customers and have them endorse their services. Last fall, St. Joseph School District Superintendent Dr. Fred Czerwonka did that for the consulting firm The Flippin' Group. A testimonial video was posted for a program called Capturing Kids' Hearts. Here's a clip of it.
Prior to introducing the Flippin' Group and the Flippin' Group processes into our schools were had a culture very standoffish, very cold. The culture there was not conducive to making people better. It was more of you show up and you go home, and you really didn't touch people's lives.
In a statement that was posted under the video last night and a statement the organization sent to us as well, the Flippin' Group company president stated he supports Czerwonka's claim he was not referring to the St. Joseph School District, but the West Plains District. Meanwhile, the superintendent held a press conference yesterday afternoon, and this morning I'm joined by Dr. Fred Czerwonka live in the studio for an exclusive on the morning edition. Dr. Czerwonka, good morning.
Morning, Greg.
I've got to ask you first off, yesterday at the press conference you called it a witch hunt.
That wasn't my term, a witch hunt. I said it was a strategic attack against me. Yeah.
Why?
Well, just the timing of it. It was released on YouTube. During Teacher Appreciation Week, we've tried to get out to the buildings to show the teachers how much we appreciate them. And it was an attack against me.
But it was released by the Flippin' Group. I mean, if you looked at the user links, you weren't the only testimonial. There were other videos that were posted in there. Some of them weren't even testimonials. They were talking about introducing the Common Core into the classrooms. So who would be doing this? Well,
I have some suspicions of one particular individual, but or a couple of people, but it was downloaded to I believe a Facebook page off their website. It's what they told me when I spoke with them late last night, that they had tracked it all the way back down to a Facebook page here in Missouri that it was downloaded to.
To clarify, you were talking about the editing of it because we work with video all the time.
Sure.
It looked more like it was just it looked more like it was an edit to condense it down. I mean, do you think that the edit was intentional?
I don't know about that. I don't know if that was or not. I was referring to the fact of someone trying to scrutinize me and come after me during Teacher Appreciation Week. It was released, in my opinion, placed on a Facebook page in an intent to cause controversy once again.
It seemed like everything was going fairly quietly within the district until the school board announcement regarding the budgets back in the end of March. Can you say anything about the status of that? I mean, we ran a story last half hour talking about the budget plans being forward, and I got to tell you, when we put that statement online, there's still a lot of distrust with the district, even though the administration's been restructured. I mean, what has changed within the district to where people could be to whether people should be convinced they can be confident that things are going well, or that things are being transparent?
Things are going very well. But because our teachers do a great job taking care of kids, and that's our number one goal and our number one focus, and we don't want to lose sight of that. Oftentimes people will try to get you to lose sight of what your main focus and main goal is, and that's to take care of our children. But we do have to earn the trust of our patrons. We do. We realize that, and we will continue to work very hard to do that, because that's also a goal of ours, is to tell our story. And so I'm sorry.
Well, I was going to say, teachers were upset by this too. I mean, we had multiple people, because we know teachers, obviously,
sure.
Especially if you grew up in this town, you still know them. A lot of teachers were livid yesterday when they saw the video. They're not happy with the direction the administration is going, and there's a real feeling of discontent right now.
Well, and if you look at it from the eyes, and I understand that. I actually had a teacher, and she sent this to me, today's Friday, Wednesday evening. I believe it was Thursday, excuse me, Tuesday evening, thank you. Tuesday evening, and I didn't even know it was out there at all. And she told me, she said, hey, I'm sending this to you. I'm not going to talk about this on Facebook. I'm not talking about it in Teacher's Lounge. I'm going to be professional and send it to you. And I sent her a thank you, because I didn't realize it was there. And then from that, I watched it the first time, and I said, I didn't see anything that was of cause. And then somebody drew attention to me, well, they think you're talking about the St. Joseph School District. And I said, when this video was recorded, school hadn't been in session 6 weeks. I mean, I wouldn't want to judge them. I hadn't been in all the buildings yet.
I have to ask you really quickly, you talked about the restructuring and earning the public's trust back. After you restructured the administration, your contract itself was renewed, and it wasn't reported for 2.5 weeks
I don't.
by the board?
I don't know. I don't have an answer for that. I mean, any vote in closed session is public in 72 hours. So I believe in that, Greg, that someone from news press asked for it. That's the first time it was asked for.
But they wouldn't make something like it. Seems like because that was another point that people brought up, was it seems like it was just a bizarre. It's a bizarre series of levels that are taking place, and some people are either upset or they don't know what to make of it.
Yeah, in regards to contracts, with the superintendent's contract, it's usually the evaluation's done in February, and it wasn't done in February, it wasn't done in March, they'd waited till April. And I think there was, in gathering the information from the board members for that evaluation, there was one particular board member that hadn't completed the evaluation. And so it was done in April, but I can't speak to why it wasn't released immediately or 2 weeks later or anything like. It's just a normal mode of operation of business. So I don't have the concern that I guess some do, because that's just a normal operation of business, and we don't renew, when we renew teacher contracts or principal contracts, whatever, we don't do a press release for those either. So.
Okay, and my last question is, it's one that you've been asked before, but I mean, in the midst of an FBI investigation, an audit from the state, you've conducted your own audit. Now this video that's come out that you say is a personal attack, are you staying in St. Joseph?
Absolutely, absolutely. I came here for these kids. These kids deserve a great school. They have a great school, and they deserve a great school. And they deserve to have the premier school district in the state. And absolutely, I'm staying in St. Joseph. I came for these children, and I'll be here for these kids.
All right, Dr. Czerwonka, thanks for your time.
Thank you,
We appreciate
Greg.
it. Come back anytime.
Thank you.